Alrighty, people, welcome in. Last stream of the week, getting you set up for the Sunday games, Monday games for week 13. Appreciate you guys big
You
time for being here with us. We've got quite a few questions to get through, but you guys are awesome. Appreciate you. Hopefully, you had a great Thanksgiving with your family, and you guys got to do something. We don't really celebrate over here, to be honest. In Australia, it's unfortunate, but nobody really so Thanksgiving isn't really a holiday here, and when you do it, it feels a little bit forced. But we'll have like a dinner with my family and stuff. Did you guys do anything?
made a ham.
Made a
That's it,
ham.
really.
Okay.
Yeah, I made ham and just in the spirit of Thanksgiving,
Okay.
but nothing else outside of the ordinary.
Love it. Guys, appreciate you guys for being here with us. We've got a great stream for you. Again, like I mentioned earlier, there are a lot of questions to answer, so we will get to all these questions on the Flock site. If you're watching this and you want to get your questions answered, then I'd love to let you know that the best way to do that is by submitting a question through the Flock site with Fantasyland with Zach and Badaki. Now, if you are going to drop a super chats will be answered after site questions. Just want to make that clear. We'll put a time code on the stream so you don't, kind of have to wait around too much. But we will get to those super chats. It's just after the site questions. Why? Because that's what we've claimed all year, and we are men of our words. But we are going to do a giveaway for these vouchers as well. All you have to do to enter is like the stream and type week 13, all one word, no space, and lots of news coming out. Obviously, we don't know if Marvin Harrison's going to play yet. It looks like Bucky's going to be active, which is awesome. He's listed as questionable. Darren Waller is back, and he is a name that should be rostered for sure. If you're out there and you don't have a tight end that you can rely on, then you should definitely go out there and pick up Darren Waller. He's been a legitimate threat in fantasy since he was been on this team. The other name that fun for me, again, it's just another day with Team Zach in the Flock League. Surprise. Tyler Warren's not sure if he's going to play now. He's questionable with an illness. So yeah, be prepared because he may not be out there. Unfortunately, Amarion Hampton, it was not his week. He's not ready to go. So he will not be out there for your teams. And I haven't changed my weekly rankings yet. I'd love to look at that together because obviously with no Amarion Hampton, I'm going to put him here at the very bottom of the rankings. We now have to ask the question, well, where do we rank Kamani Vidal then? I would rank him pretty high, honestly. He would be a must start for me. I think between RJ Harvey, I feel like Vidal's already proven it. I think Vidal will be like my running back 19 at this point against the Raiders. You know he's going to get all that work. I probably prefer him over the Harveys, Warrens, Buckies, Walkers, Jones, but I wouldn't put him in that same tier with those Judkins, Genty, Dowdles. But definitely a name that can go straight into your lineup, in my opinion.
Yeah, I completely agree. With Hampton out, you can move him ahead of a lot of these players. I mean, there's even an argument. Well, actually, I was going to say I can even argue Ashton Genty, but he's been getting a lot of work in the air.
Yeah.
Jalen Warren's, like you said, RJ Harvey. So he can go higher dependent, but right now I have him actually exactly where you have him as well. What was that, 17?
I think right around 18, 19.
Yeah. So
Marvin Harrison Jr., it looks like he's going to be playing, but he had a quote where he said, things don't feel exactly right. So I'm not sure why they're putting him out there. But obviously coming off that appendicitis, it looks like he's going to be out there. Between him and Michael Wilson, I would still start Michael Wilson, and I don't think I'm going to change my rankings of Michael Wilson too much. I have him at wide receiver 14. That's probably still where I would put him. I don't imagine starting like Wandale, Jefferson, Diggs, Pittman, Zay, Jennings over him. So I'm going to put, and Zay played on Thursday, but all right, let's jump into these questions. Appreciate y'all for being here. Again, before we get going, you can enter today's giveaway simply by liking the stream and typing week 13. You guys are awesome. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. Let's jump into Mark Ass.
All right, Mark, appreciate you. Starting Jackson Dart here is going to be Kamani Vidal over Bucky Irving for me, getting that workload. I think we had that conversation just now. Wide receiver, hopefully you started Jamison Williams. If not, unlucky. But it's going to be Tetaroa, McMillan, Cortland Sutton, Gadsden, and then at the flex here, guess it's going to have to be Bucky Irving. Like I said, just hope that you started Jamison Williams.
Yeah, and if you didn't, then
in the
Sutton
lineup.
would be the name you'd play instead.
Yeah. Appreciate you. Jonathan, Bone Nix, Chase Brown, Josh Jacobs, Nico. Okay, at the flex option here, this is going to be Jalen Warren. So I'm assuming you didn't start Rome or Zay, and if you did, well, it's great.
Man,
if you didn't.
Roma Dunze and Zay Flowers look awful. I mean,
Yeah.
it's crazy how far Zay has fallen off, or Rome has fallen off.
Rome has
The
fallen
target
off,
share
yeah.
has been there. Yeah, can't believe. I mean, he's scored over 9 points once in the last 5 weeks. That's wild. He's probably a reason why a lot of people aren't even going to make the playoffs. But yeah, I think Warren is probably my answer there too. Hopefully you haven't started Zay or Rome. Appreciate you, Jonathan.
Mighty Wombat here. 2 in. C-Rod Mooney. Okay. Well, let's have a look here.
Oh, good thing you started Kyle. Kyle was great.
Yeah.
Devin Neal is currently there. I would probably start Neal over all those running backs that you mentioned. And then in the flex spot, well, Devonta's already played, so.
Yeah. So let's just say you didn't start Devonta Smith. I think the next best available might be Mooney, technically, with the opportunity.
I think it comes down to what
big
you're looking for. I think Chris Rodriguez is probably the safest floor because of the amount of volume he'll see, but Mooney is probably the one that excites me the most, and none of them excite me that much, if I'm honest, but yeah. So C-Rod for a safe floor, Mooney for a more of an upside. Mooney kind of bailed himself out last week. It's not that he didn't have a good game or anything, but you know, there were reports before the week, oh, we want to get Mooney heavily involved, and then he comes out there as 3 targets, so
he was barely on the field.
Yeah,
than I expected.
66% of the snaps, 3 catches. One of them was a touchdown. You know, so.
Yeah. What's funny is that the times that Drake London's played, he's on the field more. But when he wasn't playing, he's on the field less. Makes no sense.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. MC Legend here, currently 7-5 on a 5-game winning streak, hoping to keep it going, mainly between Sutton and Gainwell at the flex. Congratulations, brother. Yeah, the flex option. Yeah, I mean, look, for me, this will be Cortland Sutton. I think it depends on what you need. You're 7-5, you're on a 5-game winning streak. You can go with the upside in Sutton, or you can go with the safety. Well, I don't think Gainwell is safety, personally.
No, but my pick here would be Ken Walker. I'll just make a case. His snap share is going up, his usage is going up, and you're actually seeing Charbonnet's usage go down. This team said verbally that they want to feature him more. He's had 13 or more points in the last 2 weeks. 64% snap percentage last time out was a season high. So I think they're going to start to really feature him as their RB1 in this offense. So Walker would be my option there. Sutton has a good matchup, but I'm almost concerned. I just don't know how much they'll need to throw against Washington.
Yeah, which I definitely understand, Kenneth Walker. I think my concern is probably, I guess, just the Vikings' run defense. But yeah, I'm happy with either Sutton or Kenneth Walker.
All
right. A-Dub here at the quarterback position. Yeah, you're gonna start CJ Stroud.
Are you?
Over. I mean, are we gonna start Tyrod Taylor over CJ Stroud? I don't think I will. I'm
just thinking through the options. That's Atlanta, so that's a terrible matchup. Aaron Rodgers is probably gonna play. He plays Buffalo. I think you're right. I think you are starting CJ. I didn't have CJ active yet. I think I would play him. He
definitely
against the Colts.
cleared, and I think has been locked in as like he is going to play.
He will.
So
looks like Baker's going to play as well.
Yeah.
So I could rank him now. I'll probably put him in this tier around quarterback 17. But the news on Daniel Jones was I think it's some of the craziest news of the entire year. Honestly, the fact that the guy has a fractured fibula and he's going to play through it. I don't think I've ever has anyone ever heard of that before? Any player at any position playing through a fractured fibula. I mean,
I think it's kind of dumb that they're playing him personally, especially if they're gonna I'm not saying they're locked into the playoffs, but like they're pretty. I think they could lose out and still make the playoffs. Am I crazy to say that?
They have a great record. They could definitely take care of him. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that he's playing through a fractured fibula. I've never heard of that before. Right now, if you look at the AFC, the Colts are the 3rd seed. They're 8-3. So wild card is 7-4. The pressure's definitely on. They do need to win these games. But man, I mean, I'm no disrespect to Daniel Jones. I feel like there's quite a few quarterbacks that could run this offense. Maybe not as effectively, but
Well, they don't have anyone. Anthony Richardson was done for the season.
right. But go pick up like a Gardner. Gardner's in Kansas City, isn't he?
In Kansas City, yeah. So like, I don't know who's available right now. Their backup, I think, is Riley Leonard. But like, I wouldn't be able to tell you who is available on the waiver wire.
Yeah.
As the quarterback. I
mean, Volk Nerd says, watched a couple of videos from doctors and people seem to be freaking out over Jones' fibula, but I'm just not concerned. But I'm just concerned about the Houston defense. My only other option is Shuck. So, you know, a lot of people are having this conversation. First off, Houston's a terrible defense to go up against. I wouldn't start Daniel Jones in the vast majority of your guys' leagues. This is the same guy who just same defense that just shut down Josh Allen for 8 points. The week before that, he had 40. So it's not a good matchup at all. And
I think a lot of his strength comes from his mobility. To extend it, a lot of motion, specifically like with the quarterback. I forgot the actual term right now, but like it's coming away from me.
Yeah.
Play action. A lot of play action. So a lot of play action from Daniel Jones where he throws the ball, and when you saw him warming up, he was barely that video. Look how he's moving.
Yeah, I know. He doesn't look so right off. At all.
It looks so off. No. So like, I don't understand how that's going to work, but maybe
the way it looks like he's hurt. Yeah. They're gonna have to protect him in that pocket. I mean, if Daniel Jones comes out of this game from an injury, the narrative is going to be insane. Like, you played a quarterback knowing he had a fractured fibula, even if the fracture isn't as big of a deal as like a Tony Pollard fracture or whatever, right? Like that staff will take as much heat as any staff has ever taken, in my opinion. But anyway, we are going to go CJ. A little bit of a tangent there.
We're going to go CJ there.
And the flex, oh my gosh, it's a start 11. Okay, I like that. 8-team start 11.
Waddle, I see here.
Waddle, for sure.
You got Jordan Addison, Kenneth Walker. I think the next one is Darnell Mooney.
Yeah, well, Jake Ferguson already played. Hopefully you played him. He would have been my option there.
I would say Greg Dortch if Michael... I would start Greg Dortch over Darnell Mooney if Marvin Harrison doesn't play.
And assuming Marvin plays, then we'll go Mooney there as your last flex spot.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it when 8-team leagues do this, where they make the lineup really difficult.
Yeah, I do. I like that
6,
as well.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, appreciate you, Adub.
All right.
Let's go to Nate is a dynasty review. We'll do that next week on our dynasty stream. Yeah. Nate 93 back here with another question says, I need one more W. Last 2 weeks were rough. At quarterback, I don't think you can sit Drake May.
No.
At running back 2, some good options, but Judkins has to be in there in my opinion. At the tight end spot, I would lean. Well, Loveland's already played, so Kyle Pitts would be your next best option. At the flex spot,
it's gonna be Mika now that Baker's playing, and then I'm probably gonna go Warren. Let me just double check. Yeah, and Mika and Warren, that's where I would go.
Yes, no, I agree with that. That's the right call. Appreciate you, Nate. Good luck.
Yeah, Daniel 007, appreciate you. He says flex. Drop Brian Thomas for Marvin Harrison. If Marvin's playing, I would do that personally. Yes. Drop Sutton for Franklin.
It's supposed to be a small league.
Yeah. Need reliable flex. Can't keep all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think if it's confirmed Marvin Harrison's playing, I would drop Brian Thomas for Marvin Harrison just based off the year and how it's going, and then Sutton for Franklin. That one, I technically would still have Sutton, which is crazy to say, but Franklin has been outperforming him these past.
I still
I guess
lean
the second half
Sutton,
of the
but
season. Yeah, second
I
half of the
I
season.
wouldn't be comfortable betting any amount of money on who scores more points the rest of the year. It's just I'm
Yeah,
not comfortable betting on Franklin or Sutton, so I just lean Sutton a little bit more.
yeah,
But honestly, I don't like any of these names. If you're in an 8-team league or something, it sounds like what I'd love to do is try and package them, even if it's like a 3-for-1. But if you can't, then I'm fine with what Badaki said there. Appreciate you, Daniel. Thanks for the support. Rowdy 26, starting Caleb Williams at running back. Johnny Taylor at running back
yeah.
2.
Jonathan Taylor.
I'm gonna go
I
Jalen
would.
Warren.
Yeah, I would like to start Jalen Warren there.
At receiver, I would be starting Waddle and Wilson.
They're with you.
At tight end, I'm gonna put Waller or Theo's interesting.
I'm gonna go Theo. Yeah, Jackson Dart just likes to target him when he's on the field, but Darren Waller can come back and just be crazy. He's playing the Saints as a favorable matchup, I would imagine. So
Waller's a tough one, honestly. I think Theo's just got more trust and built, but it's a tight end position. Anything's possible. And then Jefferson's your flex.
Yeah. So we're on the same.
And you don't watch the game? By the way, in Dynasty leagues, I'll just say in Dynasty Superflex leagues, go pick up Max Brosmer. No reason not to. No reason not to. This is a rookie quarterback. He's had no opportunities, and I'm not anti JJ McCarthy. All right? I know he's easy to clown on, but I went out there in all of my Dynasty leagues, and I tried to pick him up in as many of them as I could. And really, it's just like this is the same conversation we were having when Brock Purdy got his first start for the 49ers. It's like, why not? Why not? He's a rookie. If he comes out there and he completes 60+% of his passes, has 200 yards, no interceptions, like, yeah, he's not some elite prospect, but why the hell not? Just go pick him up for free, stash him in your Superflex, Dynasty leagues, not one quarterback. He's not worth it in a one quarterback or a redraft league, and just see what the hell happens. Because what if he does come out there and puts up 250, 3 tuds, and no interceptions? He's worth stashing. The upside is a Brock Purdy pathway. We've got Lamar there starting at running back 2 for Penix here. This is between Woody and Devin Neal.
Yeah.
Where do you lean?
I'm gonna go
there?
Neal.
Yeah?
I'm gonna go Devin Neal based off the matchup.
Okay.
I don't know.
I lean Woody personally, but
let me tell you. Let me follow my rankings because I didn't give you that yet.
okay. I lean Woody. He's I think both of them are in a situation where no questions about it. They're both going to get the majority of the work. The issue is, I think, as silly as it sounds, Woody Marks is on a much better offense than Devin Neal is. And Devin Neal
back to back, so that's funny.
Yeah, Devin Neal last week, he had a decent fantasy day, but he had 7 targets. They weren't willing to give Alvin Kamara that kind of work through the air. I don't think they're going to be willing to give it to Devin Neal, but I could be wrong. So I just think Woody Marks is a safer play. And also Miami, they sound like a good matchup. But they've really been stingy in the last, 3 to 4 weeks. They've been much more difficult to run against. So I don't view Miami as like some smash matchup anymore. They've definitely improved overall. But yeah, that's my take.
Yeah. For me, it would be Devin Neal. I think maybe because they're playing from behind, we saw all those opportunities in the air. I think that's where I want to go. There's really no rhyme or reason or push or pull when it comes down to Woody Marks or Devin Neal. I think I'm going to go with the one that, oddly enough, I'm going to go with the offense that's worse. Just because they're going to be playing down from behind more to get more targets in the air. Especially Tyler Shook, a lot of dump offs as a rookie quarterback. At least that's what I'm expecting.
All right, at wide receiver, we've got Michael Wilson and then Justin Jefferson. At your flex spots, Trey McBride for sure.
Yeah, I feel like McBride and Gazin are the best plays here.
Yeah, that's where I would go to.
Yeah, I think
it's a lot of tight ends, but it's a real place. Pasta Bro starting Lamar, Warren, Judkins, Pickens, Amon-Ra, Bowers, and Harvey. Will we change anything here? He's got Tetero McMillan. I would have a hard time. I mean, look,
Yeah.
you're in a tough spot right now. Amon-Ra gave you 0. Lamar Jackson
Need upside.
gave you, what was it?
Four?
3, 4, 5, 6?
Five?
I can't
Yeah,
remember.
something along those lines.
He
Depending on
he gave you 6.5. So you really do need to shoot for the moon. We've already seen Tetsuroa McMillan have a 2 touchdown game, 30-point game. We haven't seen Harvey do that yet. So that's where I lean. I'll just put T-Mac in there and hope for the best, but it's close between him and Harvey.
Yeah, very close. I would go upside there, which is tough. Breezy, also Monra, need 2, Franklin, Jawan, Tez, Jawan Jennings. 1 for sure would be Troy Franklin for me. And then it's between Jawan Jennings and Jawan Johnson. I would go Jawan Jennings here. So Jawan Jennings and Troy Franklin are the 2 that I would go.
Yeah, I would put Jawan Jennings like in his own tier above the rest of these names like very easily. And then after that, I would put Troy. That's how I would look at it. So yeah, I'm in agreement. Mr. Filthy Wub says I'm in first versus second place, must win here. Starting Mahomes, Javonte, Christian McCaffrey at wide receiver. You know, I know Baker's back. I don't know. I still feel like I should start Michael Wilson, but if Marvin's out there, we do need to be splitting hairs here.
Yeah, I think there's a couple different scenarios. Let's play the scenario where Martin Harrison plays. Okay, and I think that maybe at least that's how it makes it easier in my mind. So you start Mika and Buka with Baker Mayfield.
Ooh, I don't know. I think I lean Lad McConkey.
Okay, well I guess I was gonna start then. At least my lineup would be Lad McConkey and then Travion Henderson.
Okay,
so
well,
without Marvin Harrison Jr. playing, I'm starting in Mika, Travion, Lad. Now,
do you mean with him playing?
Sorry, with him playing, yes. Okay. I do. Yeah, I apologize. But without him playing, this makes it difficult. Whether I think I would go Marvin Harrison over Lad McConkey or Michael Wilson over Lad McConkey.
Okay. I'm going to go Lad McConkey as my first pick here. He goes up against the Raiders. The Raiders are 3rd in points allowed to slot wide receivers. So on paper, it's a very good matchup. You're starting Hunter Henry. That's fine. In the flex spot, I do believe Travion Henderson's your best bet. Then between Egbuka and Michael Wilson, I think it's tough. Honestly, I think this is a really difficult question. Ultimately, I mean, Kyle Monangai, right? Like, this is the nature of fantasy football. Like, you can't go back and start him, but there's so much randomness to the game. We know what we know, and then we kind of let everything cards settle where they may. But here's what I'll say: I lean Michael Wilson if there is no Marvin Harrison. If Marvin Harrison plays, I probably start Egbuka. And that's where I would lean there, Mr. Filthy Wubs. Appreciate you, man. Beverage at quarterback. Wow. Would I start Baker or Trevor?
I would start Baker still.
Trevor versus Tennessee's actually a pretty good matchup. I guess I lean Baker, but I'm not in love with that question. Yeah. At running back 2, between Dowdle and Breece, I do lean Breece slightly, but it's close. Hopefully we can flex Dowdle. At the tight end spot, obviously you're going to start Kittle. And then in your flexes, okay, perfect. We'll start Dowdle, and then we'll come back and put Egbuka in there.
Yeah, I am right there with you. Jake here. Justin Herbert, Bijan Robinson at the RB2 here.
Hopefully starting Monangai. If you didn't, then it would probably be Bucky of all these options.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Bucky as well. Lad McConkey, Nico Collins, and at the flex, I guess it's gonna be Aaron Jones. I'll start Aaron Jones over Troy Franklin or Devin Neal.
Have a backup plan for Tyler Warren. We talked about it. We don't know if he's going to play or not. One thing I'll just quickly say about Bucky. Like, I know it's hard to start him, but at the same time, where the Bucs were when he left is not where they are now. What do I mean by that? Well, they're deep into this playoff race. Like, they can't really afford. If Bucky comes out there and he's clearly the best running back, I just want you to think about this. They need to win every game right now. All right. If you look at that playoff picture, and you look at the NFC side of things, they currently are 6-5. They're only in that 4 spot because of how bad the NFC South is. But the Panthers are 6-6. So one game could change everything, right? It's crazy to see the Lions outside the playoffs, but yeah, that's wild. So they say that they're going to rock with the hot hand. I assume the hot hand will be Bucky. That's all I'm reading it, just simply because like he's been so good. So I have optimism, I have pessimism, but I just want to say, like, you know, they can't really afford to slow roll him if they want to win games. Aniko is next, says flex Gainwell, Judkins, or Vidal. I'd flex Judkins there. Gads to Juwan, I'd go Gads. Texans, Jags, or Rams this week as a defense. I think I go the Jags. Yes, I'll go the Jaguars there. They play Tennessee.
For me, yes. Hold on. Let me just remind myself. Will the Rams play the Panthers? I think I'm going to go the Rams.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand.
Man, Gadget. Hopefully you started Kyle Monangai, right? I would put.
I don't think a lot of people. I mean,
if you go back and look at my videos, I had Monangai over Swift. Now, oddly enough, they were both great. But I mean, he's looking legit. So.
Yeah, Gadget.
Would you start Trevor over Daniel Jones? I think I would.
I would start him over Daniel Jones. Yeah. Just based off of the situation. I mean, I would start a lot of these quarterbacks over Daniel Jones specifically this week. But yeah. Okay, Gadget here with a trade question.
Would you send away Achane and McConkey for Brown and Rice? Brown Rice. I like White Rice better, but
I am okay with Chase Brown and Rice.
Yeah.
Chase Brown, I saw a stat was like Chase Brown the last 6 games over 100 scrimmage yards. This offense looks significantly better with Joe Burrow. A lot more scoring opportunities. Even though I know he's still kind of Ryan's back, but Chase Brown is still kind of doing his thing. Has a great schedule. You know, they played the Ravens, Miami. They play Buffalo next week. So
I was thinking about how high I can legally rank Chase Brown rest of the season, and I don't know what the answer is yet. But is it crazy to say I'm probably taking Chase Brown over Etienne, Genty, Judkins rest of the year? I don't know if that's crazy, but I think that's where I stand.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see how he's. Yeah, look, I'm there with you.
Either way,
what I was gonna say is I'm interested to see how he's gonna go against next week. But
sure.
Yes, either way, I think it's
fine to take Chase Brown and Rice here. Okay.
All right.
Tyreek
next one.
Crew pick. Pick 2: Michael Wilson, Egbuka, Jalen Warren. Okay. Well, would we change anything about this lineup? I guess that's really the question we should answer. Would you change anything? Would you start any of these receivers?
Wilson.
Yeah.
I would just start Michael Wilson over
Warren
if Martin Harrison doesn't play. I think that's the only thing I would change.
I think I would probably do that regardless, so I'm there with you. Appreciate the question. Bird Gang.
Bird Gang.
At the flex spot, he needs help.
Kamani.
Yeah, probably is Kamani and RJ. I want to start Bucky so much, but those guys are just guaranteed to get work ahead of him, so that's where I lean. It's a hard question.
Here we go. Death Hammer here at the flex option. Again, Kamani. Jaden Higgins, Woody Marks. Yeah, it's going to be Kamani Vidal there.
Yeah. No, I agree. That's the right call. Now that there's no Hampton against the Raiders.
Yeah. Makes things a lot easier here. Shay says currently have to start either Woody or Monangai at flex, and I'm making playoffs. Well,
guess it doesn't matter then, right? I mean, what are you fighting for? Is there a punishment in your league? No, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying, like, does it matter then?
Yeah, I mean, it probably doesn't matter. If there is some sort of punishment in your league, I still want Judkins.
Yeah, I'd be fine to go Judkins. I mean, he's got a good schedule in the playoffs, and at least you're making your decision and you're living with it, right? You don't have to decide every week, so I'm fine with that.
Yeah. All right. So what else we have? NDR here says Marvin Harrison having a good chance to play. Who to flex are at the RB2 here. It's gonna be Kamani versus Judkins. I think I have Kamani over Judkins. I haven't looked at
Okay.
that yet. Actually, let me double check.
This week I do
Where would
have
I have?
Judkins over him
Where would I have Judkins?
against the
Let's
Niners,
see.
but it's close.
Okay, so originally Judkins technically is my RB20, and Omarion at the time was my RB22. I had Judkins higher, so I guess that makes sense. I'll go Judkins still.
At the flex spot, it's either Michael Wilson or Vidal, and I'm gonna go Michael Wilson there.
Yeah, Michael Wilson. I'm gonna go Michael Wilson there with you.
I have a feeling the rug could be pulled, but I want to be standing on it either way at this point.
Yeah, Antonio.
Antonio, yeah.
At the wide receiver position, yeah, wow. Ted Michael Wilson. I mean, I had Michael Wilson over Ted specifically this week.
Right.
With like me projecting Martin Harrison wasn't going to play.
Yeah.
So this is going to make it extremely difficult.
Yeah, I think if Marvin's out, it's Michael Wilson. If Marvin's in, it's Ted. That's how I would play it. Pretty cool.
Yeah, and I'm going to start Brock Bowers there over Dalton Schultz. So
don't like that we flexed a running back before the weekend. Not to say that he's not a good play, by the way. Just saying I would have rather put him at my RB spot so I have more flexibility in case some freak injuries happen. But yeah, that's a tough call.
The GOAT here at the wide receiver 2 position, or technically 3, I'm going to start Wando Robinson.
Yep.
And then at the flex is going to be Judkins. So that one's pretty easy.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm starting Michael Wilson regardless, too, with all those options that you've got there.
Yeah, with the options that you have. Yeah.
Mazzi's starting May at running back 2. We've got either Marks or Neal. I've made the case already for Marks over Neal. They're close, very close in my rankings, but just very simply put, I don't believe that Devin Neal is a player that you're going to target 7 times. I think that's more of a fluke than an expectation because we never saw Kamara heavily targeted in the offense. I could be wrong. I also think that they could have another running back involved with Woody Marks. I think he's on a better offense. He's had more games where he's shown his upside, and that's just where I stand. But I can recognize that either could boom or bust. So,
yeah. For me, it would be Neal, just because I want to be on the worst offense, get more opportunity. And then at the flex option, it's going to be Michael Wilson.
Yeah.
A lot of Michael Wilsons today, which is okay.
Yeah. Wes says, help a brother out. Opponent had CD, Rasheed, and Dak. All right, well, we're going to start Dart. I like Jacoby a lot, but I'm going to put Dart in there. At wide receiver, I think you got to shoot for the moon. Oof. You don't have a moon shooter.
If Marvin plays, you play Marvin, I think.
I guess,
that's the answer. Yeah. And if he doesn't play, then you have your answer.
And honestly,
totally fine.
If you already played CD, Rasheed, and Dak, then do you not just start Brissett for the stack and just hope? Like, hey, I'm probably going to lose anyway, but YOLO. I don't know. No, I guess you start Dart.
Yeah, I'm still going to start Dart with the rushing upside. At least that's how I would see it.
Are we sure he's going to rush the same? That's my concern.
I don't think it's going to change personally. But
all right, appreciate you, Wes. That's our answer. Good luck. All right, only that Dynasty team review left on the site. We appreciate you guys big time. Hey, if you want to enter today's giveaway, where we're going to give away some vouchers for the Flock site where you can ask us questions, all you have to do is like today's stream and type week 13. That's as simple as it gets. Obviously, any questions that get asked through the website, we will go ahead and we will guarantee reply to those today. You'll get a time code to exactly when we answered them. However, we do have a lot of super chats on YouTube that we should get to. I just want to give you guys a little update, though. We currently have 18 entries. Honestly, quite surprising. I thought we have a lot more than 18. That's quite low. So you guys have a really good chance to win today. It's not like we have low viewership. Just, I guess, not as many people are entering. But it's a great chance for you to enter today to win a voucher. Let's get to these YouTube super chats. I think the first one I can see is Sportsman.
Yeah, Sportsman here. It says PPR, Pittman, Nico, Waddle, Jefferson, Sutton. Okay. 2 wide receivers, 1 running back, 1 flex. Okay, let's start there. 2 wide receivers. It will be Wandale Robinson and Justin Jefferson for me.
Yeah.
At the running back position, I see Ashton Genty. And then at the flex, I'm going to start Nico Collins.
Yeah.
Tell me if that's different for you. So Nico, Wandell, Jefferson, and Genty.
I didn't hear you say Etienne.
Oh, and okay,
I
I didn't
would
see Etienne.
I would put
You're right, I didn't
Etienne
see
in
Etienne.
there over those other running backs. Personally,
I'm there with you. Yeah, I didn't see Etienne. At the full tight end, it says if Warren's out, I will be going
Okay, well, he
Schultz.
only is asking for one running back, so I just want to clarify there. Etienne would be my pick over those other names, although it could go either
Mhm.
way. And at wide receiver, I would go Jefferson and Wandale, which is what Badaki said.
Yeah,
Um,
and then Nico at the flex.
Nico at the flex, sure, yeah. Genty and
That's what
Judkins are hard to sit, honestly, but it sounds like you're in a small league. But if Warren's out, I like Schultz this week over
Yeah.
those options with the matchup he's got.
I completely agree. I think John's next. One wide
Hmm.
receiver, one flex. QJ, Mooney, Brian Thomas. One wide receiver, one flex. Well, I'm gonna start QJ and Brian Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Yeah,
there.
Mooney, I don't think we
If you
really
told,
know
yeah,
100% how many snaps he'll play or how many targets he'll get. Last week they told you they want to heavily target him, and he got 3 targets. One of them ended up being a big touchdown, so I don't know how reliable that is at this point.
yeah, really saved his day. All right, next one, pick two, please. Sutton, Marks, Tracy, Harvey. Um, well, this one for sure is gonna be Harvey for me.
Yeah, I agree. And I would go Tracy.
Um,
I'll just rock with both the running backs personally.
yeah, I'll go with you there. Ryan Irving versus Vidal versus Hall. This one for me would be Brees Hall.
Yeah, I think it's a good question. Like it's honestly a very close question, a very fair question. Um, if I knew Bucky had 15 touches, it'd be Bucky, but we don't know that. So I think I'm gonna go Brees Hall against the Falcons, which are really hard to throw on, but much easier to run on. We buy homes near you. What's up?
Love.
Non PPR says need one wide receiver: Diggs, Egbuka, or Justin Jefferson. This would be
I mean,
Egbuka for
well,
me with Baker playing.
yeah, I'm there with you. We're scoring more touchdowns there. I think that's what matters. Big says I have Martin Harrison and Michael Wilson. Can I play both? My only flex options are Jaden Higgins, John Mechie, Aaron Jones, and Chris Rodriguez. Technically, you can play both.
Yeah.
Would we play both with the options that you have? I would be interested. The two names that stick out to me is John Mechie and Aaron Jones. I'm not sure how you feel, but in reality, you probably want Martin Harrison not to play this week
I
to
would
make
just play
this a little
both.
bit easier. Yeah,
I would just play both. But I understand the question. With Baker there and Bucky back, I think the offense is going to be better for Tampa Bay. So I think it could be another game where Brissett's throwing the ball 50 times. But I'd play both if it's a PPR format. If it's half PPR, then I would probably play Michael and Aaron. But if it's a PPR format, I'm fine to put both of them out there. But Padaki's right. If Marvin's out, you play Michael Wilson, and then for me, Aaron Jones.
yeah. Brandon, half PPR, Mooney, Mechie, or Brian Thomas at the flex. Look, I don't like any of these guys. You know what's funny? I feel like Mechie is just a fun play. I don't like Brian Thomas, specifically this year and how he's been producing. I love him as a player. Mooney, you can't trust. John Mechie had like what 6 targets last week. Is that really sustainable?
think
Is
it
that
was
going to
7.
happen again?
Let me check.
Yeah.
It was 7 targets.
He also found the end zone. They're playing Atlanta, which is a little bit tough. Tyrod.
I just go Brian here, half PPR. I think Brian's one of those big play threats where he could have a 50-yard touchdown, and that's exciting to me.
Yeah.
So
I'm interested in how they're going to utilize. I feel like they really love Jacoby Parker and all these other players. And then also Brenton Strange came back. I know it sounds crazy, but like, I feel like Brian gets lost in the offense now because he was never utilized in it this year.
Yeah.
Anyways. All right. Love here says pick 2 non-PPR, Warren, Genty, or Harvey. Well, it's going to be Warren and Genty for me if it's non-PPR.
No PPR.
These guys get the most touches. I would
No
say
PPR.
Warren.
I'd actually sent Genty. I don't know if that's crazy to say, but the
Sure, because he's getting more opportunities
receptions.
in the air.
definitely matter to me with Jinty's game. There's a lot of games where he's just completely shut down on the ground. And the air is what really gives him that safe floor. It's actually, funnily enough, you look at his last like 5 games. If you just look at his work on the ground, you would have gotten 0.7 points from that versus Dallas, 5 points versus Cleveland, 4.2 versus Jacksonville, 2.1 versus Kansas City. I mean, he's faced a lot of tough defenses. It's just when I see 5, 5, 8, 8, those target numbers, that's what gets me excited in PPR. So I probably would sit Jinty of all those options. I know that sounds crazy, but that's just where I lean. I like Harvey's matchup against the Commanders a lot better.
Yeah, which makes sense. I'm still going to go Warren and Jinty. All right, and then Aiden here, the last one I see so far, full PPR, flex, Tet, or Bucky. For me, this would be Tet.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I'm just breathing in because...
Yeah, because it's
Bucky freaking Irving, and he's playing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Tet is the safe play there. It's tough, dude. It's tough.
Yeah, it is tough.
I'm gonna go Tet.
Yeah, we're going Tet here.
I do think that the Rams feel like a matchup where they're gonna need to throw the Panthers.
Yeah, exactly. Panthers. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you could say the same thing about San Francisco, but I strongly believe Tet's going to be very, very needed in this offense. So
even garbage time points are going to be huge. Like, if Bucky is really going to be on a snap share, maybe max, hypothetically, 10 to 12 points, where Tet playing down in a hypothetical situation. I feel like every game has been playing down, and he's been the wide receiver 9 so far this year. So,
yeah,
might as well.
We'll say that 33-point game definitely helped that overall ranking. But
yeah,
Jace next says, what quarterback do I start this week? Stroud or Purdy or Darnold with the JSN stack? Stroud, Purdy, Darnold. Don't like Purdy versus the Browns.
No, this is CJ Stroud here. Or sorry, this is Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
For me,
I'd go Sam Darnold as well. Keep in mind, revenge game. He gets to play Minnesota. While Minnesota is struggling to find a franchise quarterback, Sam Darnold looks like it with JSN over there in Seattle. So that's where I would lean. That is all the questions on the Flock site. That is all the super chats here on YouTube. We appreciate you guys big time. To Nate, don't worry. We are absolutely going to do this team review for you next week on the Dynasty stream. We currently have 27 entries. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you guys, we'll answer 5 questions at random in the chat here because the stream is going to end here pretty soon, and unless questions come in. And then we're going to do this giveaway. So all you have to do to enter the giveaway is like the stream and type week 13, but make sure there's no spaces in your week 13. Does that make sense? So appreciate you guys big time. 27 entries as of right now. Over 200 of you watching. Hopefully you've had a fantastic Thanksgiving. We appreciate you guys. Let's look at this super chat from LeBron James.
The LeBron James.
Hey, LeBron.
Hey, man.
The third option. That's what he is right now. But it's awesome.
Yeah,
it's fun to see. That Lakers team's fun.
I'll see you in the playoffs. Pick 2. Michael Wilson, Brian Thomas, Vidal Judkins, or Wan'Dale Robinson. Well, for me, right off the rip, I think this is going to be Michael Wilson. No, I know this is Michael Wilson and Wan'Dale.
Okay.
That's what it would be for me.
I agree on Michael Wilson. I'm a little bit more stuck on the Vidal Judkins Wan'Dale situation there.
Yeah, which is fair.
I will say I think Wan'Dale is a safe. You know what's weird is I feel like Vidal's the safest of all those names.
Yeah,
but
which makes sense.
Wan'Dale plays the Patriots. They got Rodriguez, but Rodriguez isn't going to be in the slot.
Yeah, Wan'Dale has been safe. I mean, depending on what you need, averaging 13 points per game. If you want to compare that with like a Vidal and what he's been doing so far, I guess we're gonna have to kind of see since when he started. from week 5 what he's been averaging. So just really depends.
If TD Vulture is watching, send me a counter. I wanna do a deal with you, brother.
So weeks 5 to 12, Kamani Vidal averaging 11 points. Let's do week 6 because I think that's when he got injured. Sorry, I'm just trying to do.
You know, I think I am
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Wandale and
Wandale.
Michael Wilson again. With you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Wandale.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Wandale, Michael Wilson. That's a toughie. That's a toughie.
Yeah. Appreciate you though. Thank you so much. We got another one here.
Just want to shout out Tin Man, who's a member in the YouTube chat. Appreciate you big time. That's just a little way you guys can show support. Shout out to you, Tin Man, and your name will stand out in the chat. So appreciate you. By the way, he said LeBron sucks. He just wanted to make sure we get that in.
LeBron James.
Dro loves
right.
2 hate 69. Pick one more non PPR. Okay, so no points per reception. Olave, Waddle, Tet, Sutton. Oh my gosh.
I think of touchdowns, and I go straight to who scores more touchdowns in that offense.
It wouldn't be Olave for me because he's more of like a PPR,
Yeah,
merchant
like
right now.
Olave he gets targets, but he gets 2 yards.
Sometimes, yeah.
So I think it's going to be Waddle or Tet out of those two.
Yeah, Tet honestly feels like the play here because he's always near that like 60 to 70 to 80 yard mark. I mean, let's read his. I mean, I guess last week's a terrible example, but his yardage per game: 35, 130, 60, 46, 99.
Yeah,
I think they're going to need Tet as well in this game. They're going to be down from behind, so I'm comfortable to go Tet there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Tet as well. So I feel comfortable with that. I wouldn't be upset if you started Waddle either. I think both of them are good safe picks. I think it just depends on the game script. Waddle, you can see like they're just running the ball all over the Saints because they're up often. Where Tet, they're gonna need him in this game script. Blowing swishers, you love to see it. OG Triple OG says lost Jaden at quarterback, was streaming Flacco, need a quarterback to stream deep league. Tyrod, Stroud, Sanders, Rogers. Yeah, Shook, excuse me.
I don't like any of these names at all. I do not think you can start Shedeur Sanders. I do not think that you can start Tyrod Taylor. He's got a terrible matchup. That would mean Shuck or Rogers.
Tyler Shook hasn't been terrible. Sorry, like he hasn't been like.
He had 8 points last week.
Yeah, but my man was throwing the ball though. He threw the ball like 43 something times or something like that. Or
I guess it's like Jacoby Brissett if Jacoby never scored a touchdown. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I think Aaron Rodgers is your best bet there, personally.
Is Aaron Rodgers confirmed playing? He is, right? This last week. I feel like they weren't clear about it still.
It's kind of like a game time decision, but it sounds like he's going to play. I will just say that I'd rather start Tua. I'd rather start CJ Stroud. I mean, I'd rather put Bryce Young in there against the Rams. I know the Rams are a tough defense, but
quarterbacks that are available, yeah. I mean, you can take some chances. Aaron Rodgers, Marcus, if he's available.
Marcus Mariota for sure.
But I mean, I doubt it. Yeah. You wish you had Jamie. You wish Jackson Dart wasn't playing so you can play Jameis.
Yeah, but I hope that's helpful, and I apologize. So I mean, I would go if you have to. I would go Rodgers there, but Shuck would be second for me. We have a super message on the Flock site, and then we're going to do this giveaway unless there's any more questions, and we'll probably call it a day. Modest Mouse, appreciate you. He says wide receiver McMillan or Igbuka. Genty, McMillan, or Igbuka. Happy holiday, guys. So I guess we have to pick two. Is Modest Mouse in the chat? Can you confirm? I have to pick two, I'm assuming.
First of all, happy holidays. Happy Thanksgiving. Wide receiver for me would be Mika Igbuka with Baker Mayfield back. And then at the at the flex, I think I'm actually gonna go both wide receivers. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit Genty. Um, at least that's how I'm reading it. So
Okay. I'm just thinking PPR. Genty against the Chargers. This is. I need to poll the chat. I'm just gonna ask you guys, which player are you most confident to start? Because this is a tough one. I don't think that I can give you a good answer. It really is a Russian roulette situation. They're all players that I would consider must start.
yeah.
So let me know, who's your most confident start there? Vote in the chat. There's almost 200 of you watching, I think. 180. Let's get some votes in there. Let's help out Modest Mac.
Let's get some votes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the wide receivers. I know Genty has been getting opportunities in the air. Chip Kelly no longer there. It's going to be interesting how that offense is going to be utilized. But yeah, I'm still.
All right. So as of right now, we have 53% of the vote saying Ibuka, 35% saying Genty, and a very lowly 14% saying McMillan. Yeah. It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. I'm going to go with the chat here. So it looks like we're sitting McMillan.
Oh, boy.
If it was a half PPR or a no PPR, I would sit. I don't know if my answer would change. Yeah. That's tough. All these guys should be started, honestly. I like McMillan simply because game script tells me they're going to need to throw the ball. Much easier to throw against LA than it is to run against them.
That's kind of where I'm at.
That's tough. That's tough. I guess we're sitting McMillan here. It's a really difficult one. All right. I think one more super chat. We keep almost ending the stream, and then you guys keep donating. You guys are awesome. Thanks for the love. Ryan here says Strange versus Andrews week 14. Oh, so we're thinking next week.
Oh, okay, week 14.
Because Andrews already played, obviously.
Yeah, look, I think a big conversation of that is going to be how Brenton Strange is going to perform this week. Now, Mark Andrews, at least for me specifically, I mean, I think he was the one that was targeted the most in that game against Cincinnati. They play Pittsburgh next week.
I think likely had as many targets, but it was close.
Yeah. For me, it's going to be Brenton Strange, but once again, it's going to be dependent on what he does this week. There's Brian Thomas back this week as well, so how is that going to change the game? I think it's a bit early to answer, but if you told me Strange comes out, has, 6 or 7 targets for 10 points, I think I will be comfortable doing that.
I think it is too early to answer, honestly. We need to see what Strange looks like in this offense with Brian Thomas back and Jacoby Myers. I mean, I don't think I would say Strange, just simply because they both have decent matchups. Colts and Steelers are both decent matchups for your tight ends. But the issue is, I know he had 5 catches for 93 yards last week. I just don't see Strange as this guy that's like drastically stretching the field. Like, I think there's a possibility that he could have 4 catches for like 20 yards. That's what really concerns me. Andrews is a much bigger threat in the end zone. So I guess I lean Andrews right now, but it's very close.
Yeah,
all right.
It's a tough one. Appreciate you.
All right, let's do this giveaway. There are 36 entries, so we are going to do this giveaway. All you had to do to enter was like the stream and type week 13 with no spaces. There are 36 of you entered right now, so we are going to spin the wheel. And 2 of you are going to win. All right, let's go ahead and copy these entries. So we're going to give away a start sit and a trade question voucher. The start sit goes to, let's see.
Good luck, guys. Good luck.
The start sit goes to Jacob Marcus. Is that 2 names? 2 accounts. I don't know. 2 names? 2
Jacob
accounts.
Marcus.
Jacob Marcus. And then the trade question voucher goes to... The name is Fozzie Bearer. Now, to you guys who just won, all you need to do is DM me on Discord. I need you to send me a screenshot of your YouTube account, and I need you to tell me your Flock Fantasy username. Now, a very important step here. If you don't have a Flock Fantasy account yet, use the promo code LAND, L-A-N-D, sign up for a free account. That way I can find you on the back end. But congratulations to our winners. It looks like we have one more super chat for the day, which is from MRJ. And it looks like the question is Genty or Harvey, half PPR, and Marvin or Wilson. I go Wilson if both play. And then Genty or Harvey, I still lean Genty, just the work he's getting in the air. Yeah.
I agree. Still leaning Genty.
But Harvey could have a breakout game for sure. Good luck, everybody. You know, friendly reminder, we do not have a crystal ball. I know that's crazy to say, crazy to hear, but we cannot predict exactly what's going to happen. All we're doing is saying exactly what we would do if we were in your positions, using all the analytics, research, and data that we have. But of course, the game is played on paper, so ultimately make sure you're making your own decisions there so you have conviction in them. But if you desperately need a question answered, I will be answering questions on the back end for the Flock site, leading all the way up until kickoff. So you can prioritize your questions through the Flock site. I'll be replying to you via DMs. But appreciate y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day. Good luck in week 13, and we'll see you guys soon. Nothing but love.
Love.